Motivator, speaker, motivator, and trainer. Murshida Said.
Good morning.
Our energizer.
Energizer, money rabbit.
Okay, tell us about vibes.
Yeah.
Now, do they really exist? All these
Yeah.
vibes and
Scientifically speaking.
energy, vibration, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Does it really
Terence.
exist?
If we don't have any energy or any vibes within us, they will be dead, right?
Yeah.
Because what moves us is this energy or this spark inside of us that make us human, right? And that is in each and every one of us. Now, what is vibes? Vibes are actually come from the word vibrations. Vibrations that come out of each and every one of us.
Particles that moving.
Yes.
Moving
The
constantly.
energy.
Energy
You know,
is moving
you don't see
constantly.
energy, but you can feel energy. Now, have you ever felt, right, when you go out, maybe you're having a neutral meal with a few friends, and then, somebody comes and they sit with you, and somehow you feel something different. You feel a shift in energy, they call it. You feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
Right? That is a vibe. Right? And there's also sometimes when you're in a neutral position, you're happily eating with your friends, and then somebody comes in and suddenly the energy comes, blah, blah, blah. Everybody starts talking and becoming so happy. Right? Have you ever experienced that?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that is a vibe. Yeah, the positive vibe that the person brings in, and the former, what I said just now, was the negative vibe that the person brings in. So vibes is actually a vibrations that is communicated. When two people come together, the relationship that occurs, the feeling that each person gets or be able to receive from the other person's energy, right? That is a vibe.
I like that example. You talked about a group, right? And how one person is the life of the party, so to speak. But if let's just say there are too many lives of the parties. There's one guy coming in with all the positive vibes, and another guy comes in with all the positive. Would it be a bit too much?
Well, if it's a positive environment, then it is a party,
You can never
So
get
there's
to
a
that.
positive environment.
But it also depends if the other life of the party is on good terms with the other life. I'm like, because I admit I am an attention seeker. So why
Can't tell with the tudung.
I am such an attention seeker, my goodness. But when I go into a crowd and I'm talking my heads off, giving jokes, and if there's somebody, other person that I feel like stealing my attention away, I usually just shut up.
She gets
like,
her claws out.
I really won't say anything. I just try to be funnier than that person. But it's good to have the life of the party, but let's go inside ourselves. How do we know what vibes are we giving out?
Right. First of all, you have to be aware of the state that you are in. That's why we always talk about awareness, because we humans, we have all kinds of thoughts, thousands of thoughts per day. You have feelings. With that thoughts comes with feelings. Suddenly you think of this person, wow, you get angry. Then you remit energy of negativity or anger without you knowing it, because you happen to be thinking of something. Then you go out and then you start scolding people, or you start pinpointing.
Subconsciously.
Yes, start pinpointing things that are not very good. So it is the vibe that you give out. So as long as we are in a state of awareness, we are aware of the kind of feelings that we go through. You have that choice to shift or to remain in that state. Now, when I talk about negative vibes, right? Negative vibes is when you are in that state of anger, jealousy, malice. These are all negative vibes. And when you remit that out, right, you will also attract negativity towards you. Sometimes without you understanding why. Why do I get all these nonsense clients? Why do I attract all these unattractive men every time I go out on a date? That sort of thing. Because of this negativity that's inside of us, right? So when we have that awareness, right, you shift that. When you talk about things that you don't want, right, you tend to go into a state of negativity. But when you talk about the things that you love, things that you want, things that makes you happy, you will attract more of that, and you will see life changes. And most people, I'm sad to say, like in our society and the state of the world we live in right now, is we are always in a state of blame. Like everything is everybody else's fault. Oh, they should do this, they should do that. If not for this person, we will not have this problem. This and that, everybody is on a blaming mode. But if we shift that blaming mode towards a responsibility mode, what can I do to change this situation? What can I do to positively contribute back, to the world or to myself to be able to change this? When you shift that thinking, you go in a different state, right? And maybe to motivate some people about, changing your negative vibes, with positive vibes, you will be more magnetizing, you will be more attractive, you will be more, more beautiful for women. They want to be beautiful. Yeah, have positive vibes. You will you will attract good things. And somehow people will say, I don't know about this person. You know, she is so attractive. But you know, you can
But
be
she's so cold.
A person can be very simple, you know, but they're just very magnetizing. People just get drawn to them. You know, and this is because of the vibes from inside that they release out. All of us are energies, right?
All of us are energies.
Yeah. And when I think I did mention this before in some of the past shows, if you want to look at successful people, you look at the energy inside of them. You know, they don't necessarily have to be jumping up and down, but they have that energy, that sense of purpose, you know, where they want to go rather than complaining. Because you look at unsuccessful people and why they remain in that state, they're always in that blaming mode and they're always in that negative cycle, right? So once we are aware of that, why do we want to be negative, you know?
Right.
We will be negative. I mean, whenever things happen, we are human, we feel negative, but it's a matter of shifting as fast as possible out of that state and being in a positive state.
I love my Monday morning shows, you know, since Rashida. It really gets me going through the day. So let's focus on how we can switch as fast as possible. Because I know husbands and wives, possibly even couples, when they argue, there's always that state of blame that lasts for longer than it should.
So I think that's the answer is so simple. Just listen to your wife.
Just listen to your
Just
wife.
shut up
For
and
how
listen.
long do you listen to your wife? I mean, you can go on and on
We
and
are
on.
always right.
Yeah, all right, okay. So
There's
girlfriends
no
and wives.
point of
So your girlfriend also listen to the girlfriend.
yes.
Listen to the girlfriend.
You want
Even though she
you
goes
want to
on and
marry
on
her or
and on.
not?
Huh? No, it's okay. I'm getting scared already. He's giving me that look, you know. So what should we do and how fast can we switch this? You know?
All right.
Is there something the guy can do?
Well, one of the things that I do, I practice several techniques, yeah. One of them for the personal level, on a personal level, is to switch that mindset. Of course, you are aware, oh my goodness, I'm in this state, I don't want to be in this state. You are aware, you made a choice, all right, breathe, and then focus on something that you love. Focus on something that you are grateful for, right, in your life.
Even if at that time you so hate it to look at your spouse's face.
No, then don't think of your spouse at the moment. You look at your children. Or you look at something beautiful, like maybe you love Shah Rukh Khan. You look at Shah Rukh Khan for a while.
She is reading your mind, woman. Reading your mind.
You shift that mindset, at least for a while, yeah? So shift the, and the gratitude journal for me helps very much because being grateful for all the things that you love, all right? And then you were talking about things that you don't like about the person, you know, you argue. Now, when you want to shift on that, you know, you have to be in a state of not in anger. You must be a state of calm, all right? Then you can maybe perhaps talk to each other, all right? And my husband and I, we learned this technique from a seminar and we apply it in our lives as well. And this is called this one technique is called What I Like About You, all right? So sometimes when we have this sharing, and it is something that we also we combine with another activity, which is what I feel like sharing. All right. So the what I like about you is what I like about you or what I love about you, but what I think can be better, right? So it doesn't put the person in a blaming stage. You should. You always do this. You always do that. It's like what I love about you and how can we improve our relationship. Then you shift it to a desired state. And we have this activity called What I Feel Like Sharing. When one person says what I feel like sharing, the other person, no interruption, just listen. Just listen and you just talk about what you want to feel in your heart that you want to share with the person that you want. And then the other person responds what he feels like sharing, right? And in that activity, we have a rule. No blame, no criticizing, no justifying. Everything said with love and respect. Because all of us, we have a different psyche, we have different personalities, we have different life experiences, right? So when we share that, sometimes his perception of things and my perception of things is totally different. But it's not like we hate each other. You know, we love each other, but it's like sometimes certain things you get friction, right? So we have this, right? So, but it takes two to tango, lah, right? You have to have both of people understanding that, okay, we have a problem here, let's get to this. You know, and this is the activity that I share with my husband.
I think that's nice.
I think that there is a study that shows that one of the biggest reason for divorces are the women are complaining the husband are not helping with the housework.
Oh, really? Okay.
So ladies, go back and tell your husband, I like it when you wash the dishes.
Yes.
I like it when you wash the dishes.
I like it when you help me with the household chore.
Guys, buy that robot thingy.
Don't say I hate it when you read the newspaper and just sit there in front of the TV, watch football all day and not help me do.
Yeah, you can watch football all day. Just buy that robot thingy that sweeps up the floor and just turn it on and
That is just wonderful sharing. Yeah, that is just wonderful sharing because something like that, you know what, I love it when you do this rather than you never do this. Why you never do this? Every time I cook, you always put your legs on the table. That's always what you do. You see, that's the blaming attitude.
That's true.
Right, when you say, oh, I love it when you help me with the plates. Oh, that helps, you know. Yeah.
And then I think that it's very nice to make it a point to say thank you. Even the small little things that I think people forget, like for me, when my husband do the dishes, I'm like, thank you for washing the dishes. Even if he does it like once in a blue moon, because I know he's tired, all of us are tired, like, thank you. And he's like, thank you for doing whatever he's supposed to do, his chores, taking out the garbage, thank you.
Yes,
beautiful,
I noticed that when you said that because when I think back about my relationship, you know, I don't know how to cook, you know. So when I you know, I just open a can of sardines, heat it up, add a bit of tomatoes, you know,
and my husband will like, thank you.
Yes, he said, oh, he said, oh, this is so delicious, thank you for dinner. And I'm like, oh, really? And you know what? I learned to cook, I learned new dishes, and then now, you know, we have nice meals at home.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think a lot of Malaysians can benefit from this, you know, even though we're just focusing on the family right now. But let's take things a little bit further since we've got some time. Your interaction with people you meet every day, perhaps at work, okay? After you've finished with all the positivity at home, you've got the nice sardine dish going, you know, you've done the dishes.
The husband
has done the dishes, the wife has made the sardine dish, and you go out into the world, and there you go, you find an energy sapper, the first person you meet in the day, your boss, who gives you the whole lowdown on what you didn't do last week and you're supposed to start doing it now on Monday morning. So how do you counter that? You've got all that positivity in you. One big energy sapper can just like drain everything out of you.
All right, that one brings a very good point. In our life, we always have a choice. Who we work with, we have a choice. All right, where we work with, we have a choice. So for me, when I work with people, I always said, okay, if there is a problem in the organization, everybody has to go get involved, you know, be able to be aware, the top, bottom up, you know, levels, whatever levels, all right? And so they understand about the power of energies, right? And whenever, like sometimes people said, okay, I have to work with this person perhaps is not permanent in the company or something, you know, but we have to work with them for a certain period, but that person is an energy sapper, or some people call them vampires as well. They suck the life out of you, right? So they are energy sappers, right? Everything complain, everything blame, everything is wrong, right? So if you are in a state of awareness, yeah, there are some techniques that you can always program yourself to actually come out of that state and be aware. But I also share with them on giving love, unconditional love to the other person, because love energy is very powerful, right? There is a way for you to give love to that person, and the person will change. It will take some time, it will take fast, sometimes it will take slow. Yeah, it depends on the person's level of energy, right? But the most important is if there are energy sappers around you, if you are in a state of awareness, you will not take on that energy because you know that it is not, there is an energy sapper here. So you just smile, thank you for sharing, shift your mindset towards something, you know. But if you have to do the work, yeah, if there's something like that, your boss says, hey, you blah blah blah, then do the work. But you shift it without taking the energy of the other person and take it within you, because once you accept it and you keep it within yourself, you will be in that constant state of darkness, yeah, of negative state, and that vibe is very dangerous because it will be passed down to your personal lives as well, right? Yeah.
So that goes to sardine if you do that, you know. That goes to dishes. So yeah, we're talking about positivity and vibes. If you got a final word, I think we may have some time to take your calls. So do call us in. We had a great weekend here in Malaysia where we scored 6 goals. The Prime Minister made a great speech. The nation is in a state of positivity. What can we do to maintain this positivity for the longest period of time?
All right. In each, when I talk about, you know, you want to have a successful life, you have to be a very positive person yourself. You must know your purpose. Your energy must be high, right? You want to have a successful family. Each and every one of that persons in that family have to play a role, right? To make the family a success, right? If you want to have a successful company, right? Everybody in that team, in the company, must have a driven purpose towards the goals of the company, not for energy sapping or for personal gain. And if you want to have a successful nation, it is the responsibility of each and every one of us to make up the success of that nation, right? Where you want to go, rather than tapping the energy of each other, it will slow things down, right? So in order for you to have a successful nation, everybody must have a purposeful goal, and it is the responsibility of each and every one of us to have that energy within us to create that environment that we want, right? So always remember that if you blame, if you shift responsibility, if you scold people or judge people, it will slow down the process of progress. Yeah.
And I think talking about the country as a whole, it's the small little things you do every day, like saying hi to your neighbor, getting to know your neighbor, and so on. It's just a small things. At the end of the day, it brings the whole country to be positive by just the small things that you do every day.
Correct, Commando. Mushida, would you like to leave us with a final word before we say goodbye?
Look, love and respect. Very simple feelings, very simple emotions, but very, very powerful emotions. Have that inside of us. Love and respect yourself. You will love and respect other people, because with love and respect, you can overcome a lot of negativity, right? Focus on what it is that you love. If you find difficulty in having love, what is it that you love? You love kittens. Okay, look at pictures of kittens. You like certain smells. Have that environment of that smell around you to make you happy. You know, if you like certain kind of music, you know, if you're feeling depressed, you can listen to that. You know, so these are the things that can help to shift a little bit, right? But it is a step by step activity,
and it's a
that you can do.
constant thing that you have to do.
Yes,
being
it
in
is
a state of self-awareness.
Correct. Just like I think it was Zig Ziglar who said that, you know, you need to always, you know, just like motivation, right? It's just like showering. Showering is good, but you need to do it every day, right? It's just like motivation and keeping yourself empowered. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Mushida, for that.
Thank you.
And